Utility stock investing. Yes, I know. Investing in utility stocks doesn't exactly set the heart aflutter like investing in Tesla or Apple or something of that nature. But friends, make no mistake, investing and owning shares in a well-performing utility stock can have a total return over years roughly equivalent to some of the best growth stocks, right? So what I've done for this particular video is I have taken my top 5 utility stock recommendations and distilled them down to be recommended to you today. Hi, I'm John McNeil. This is the Invest Strong Network. Welcome. All right, utility stock investing. Now, I've invested in dozens of utilities in the 20 years or so that I've invested in stocks in general. And all of my utility stocks I own through dividend reinvestment plans. Now, that has the additional benefit of being able to pull the dividend yield, which really causes the shares to really gain value over the course of ownership, as all dividends have been reinvested, right? Okay, so overall, the utility sector has performed really well in the last decade or so, and it kind of makes sense. We are currently in a very low interest rate environment. Utility stocks, the dividend yields are very sensitive to interest rates, and be it that many investors out there are looking for income, utility stocks in a low interest rate environment, right up their alley, right? And there's that. But also, utilities are amazingly recession resistant. Now, not recession proof, and that's an important point. No company can really be recession proof, but they are recession resistant. And even in the worst of times, people must have their electric utilities, their natural gas, and their telephonic service, right? So they're very recession resistant. So let's get right into it. My top 5 utility stocks in the 20 or so years that I've been investing. All right. Number 5, and these will be listed in ascending order. Number 5, Atmos Energy, ticker symbol ATO. This is a natural gas producer distributor based in Dallas, but their service area encompasses North Texas and most of the lower Middle West. Current dividend yield, 2.606%. Atmos Energy is kind of an amalgam of different natural gas producers, distributors, kind of brought together over the last 3 decades or so. Very well-run utility. And in the roughly 18 or so years that I've owned the shares, I've been able to pull an 11.75% annual return year over year, right? So that's great. My 4th suggestion, Alliant Energy, ticker symbol LNT. It is currently yielding 2.58%. This is an electric and natural gas utility based out of Madison, Wisconsin. Its service area is roughly the Wisconsin, Iowa, Middle West, upper Middle West service area. Very well-run utility. They've been able to really integrate several large acquisitions over the last few years to make a very solidly operating, well-run total utility. In the roughly 19 or so years that I have owned the shares, I've been able to pull a total return in the 12% annual area, right? All right. My 3rd pick, well, let's go to Dixie, friends. It is Dominion Resources. Now, Dominion Resources is an electric and natural gas utility based in Virginia, and its service area incorporates Virginia and the Carolinas. But also, interestingly enough, they have some natural gas holdings in the far west. Well, Dominion Resources, ticker symbol D, currently yielding 4.47%. Very handsome dividend yield. And it's a very well-run utility. Again, they have been able to successfully integrate many different acquisitions of recent years to create a very large, very, very well-run utility system. And in the 17 years or so that I've owned the shares, previously known as Dominion Energy, now known as Dominion Resources, I've been able to pull a roughly 12.2% year-over-year annual return from Dominion Resources, right? Can't beat that. Or maybe you can. And that brings me to choice number 2. Well, when you're under stress, what do you want to do? Yeah, you want to get away, right? And what better place to go than beautiful, tropical Hawaii? Now, I've never been to Hawaii, but I've been blessed to own the shares of Hawaiian Electric Industries. Hawaiian Electric Industries, ticker symbol HE, is an electric utility based out of Hawaii, currently yielding 2.81%. Very well-run utility. Plus, they have the bonus of having very high barrier to competition, right? And in the roughly 19 years or so that I've owned the shares in a dividend reinvestment plan, I've been able to pull an annual return in the area of 13.2%. Right? Now, my number one suggestion, or my number one performer in all the years that I've invested in utility stocks is, drum roll please, MGEE Energy, ticker symbol MGEE. Based out of Madison, Wisconsin, this is an electric and natural gas distributor. It services the capital area there in Wisconsin, and also they have renewable projects, wind projects that they're working on. Friends, I just love this company. I mean, they are the smallest of the 5 utilities on this listing, but in my opinion, they're probably the best run, right? The current dividend yield is 1.84%. They have successfully and consistently paid dividends since the early 20th century. And in the 20 or so years that I've owned shares in MGEE, the total return has been in the area of 13.5% annual, right? So you can't beat that. And again, you get the stability, you get the dividend payment from all of these stocks, and you get a kind of a peace of mind that you own a stable, successful stock that will pay you excellently over the long term. So take these 5 stocks into consideration: Atmos Energy, Alliance Energy, Dominion Resources, Hawaiian Electric Industries, and MGE Energy. Thank you much.